Assalamualaikum, welcome to English class. Let's read the doa of learning English. But before that, do you want to listen to a story? Yes? Well, sure. Let's have a short story time with teacher Nisa. Let's see. Do you know that Al-Quran is the main reference in today's technology? We can actually learn from Surah Al-A'raf, Ayah 52. The meaning of this ayah is, we have certainly brought them a book which we explained with knowledge, a guide and mercy for those who believe. There are actually a lot of amazing things that have been created by God throughout this universe. Man discovered these wonders and made them as science. Rapidly, humans managed to develop that knowledge into a technology that is useful in life. Nevertheless, the technology developed by man is not separated from what has been created by Allah. There are not a few man-made objects that make God's work. For example, the manufacture of helicopters whose constructions mimics dragonflies' insects. What's even better, humans are now trying to develop artificial objects that can move and think like real creatures, such as robots. But no matter how many people make things, it is not perfect. God has created all things in perfect details. How great is God's power over all things in this universe? Surely, Allah has sent a book of knowledge to all of us as a guidance and a mercy to the believers. And this is exactly what our Islam modern engineer did, Islamic scholar named Al-Jazari. The history of robots, according to Islam, has actually been studied by a Muslim named Al-Jazari. Al-Jazari developed the hydraulic principle from moving machines that would later become known as robotic machines. It is impossible to ignore the work of Al-Jazari that is so important. In his book, he detailed instructions for designing, assembling, and making a machine. The sentence above is a comment by Donald Hill, an English engineering expert interested in the history of technology, on a book by the thematic Muslim engineering expert. Do you know Al-Jazari? Well, Al-Jazari is a major figure in mechanics and industry. He is born in Al Jazeera, located between the northern side of Iraq and northeastern Syria, precisely between the Tigris River and Euphrates. Al-Jazari was an outstanding technical expert of his time. His full name is Badi al-Zaman Abulis ibnul Abras al-Jazari. He lived in Diyarbakir, Turkey, during the 12th century. Ibn Ismail ibn al-Razaz al-Jazari was named as the father of modern engineering, thanks to his findings that influenced the design of modern machines today, including combustion engines, crankshafts, suction pumps, programmable automation, and many more. And by looking at this story, you are actually going to learn Unit 8, The Robot. Firstly, let's listen and chant.
Listen and chant. Let's make a robot! Here's a head! Here's an arm! Here's a hand! Here are the fingers! Here's a leg! Here's a knee! Here's a foot! Here are the toes!
Thank you.
Off it goes!
Let's make a robot. Let's make a robot.
Good job, everyone. Secondly, we will go through the list of vocabulary for today's lesson. You can open your textbook, page 94. You need to repeat after me. Head, head, kepala. Arm, arm, lengan. Fingers, fingers, jari. Hand, hand, tangan. Knee, knee, lutut. Leg, leg, kaki. Toes, toes, jari kaki. Foot, foot, kaki. So you need to remember all this vocabulary. So now we will see grammar. You can open your textbook, page 95. You can refer there. So, let's read and say the sentences. You can follow me. I can stand on one leg. Saya boleh berdiri sebelah kaki. She can skip. Dia boleh melompat. I can't touch my toes. Saya tidak boleh sentuh jari kaki saya. He can't skip. Dia tidak boleh melompat. Jadi dekat sini, can bermaksud boleh. Can't bermaksud tidak boleh. So now it's time for tips. Okay, so you must remember can is boleh, while can't, which is the short form of cannot. Cannot. So it means tak boleh. And after can and cannot, barulah you can put these verbs such as dance. Then what is dance? Dance adalah menari. Swim, swim, berenang. Jump adalah lompat. Crawl adalah merangkak. And run adalah berlari. Sing adalah menyanyi. And the starting of a sentence must start with the subject. It's either I, you, he, she, or they. I, saya, you, awak, he, dia untuk lelaki, She, dia untuk perempuan, they, mereka. So, all of these subject akan guna this one, can or can't. Okay? So, we have covered 3 lessons objective: listening and speaking, vocabulary learning, and grammar. So, it's time to check whether you have understand the lesson or not. So, open your activity book, page 94. So, let's see here. This is activity 1. Okay, let's read this instruction first. It says, write the letters to make parts of the body. So, how do you do it? All these letters are already given in this box. So, what you need to do is try to put it in the perfect box so that it can make parts of the body. Okay? And number 2, it says here, okay, let's read the instruction. Write the words. What is write? Tulis. Okay, so you have to write the words that complete the pictures. If the pictures shows leg, so you have to put leg, leg. So what about this one? So you have to complete until number 8. So now it's page 95. Let's read in the instruction first. The instruction says, write the numbers. Write adalah tulis, numbers adalah nombor. So awak kena tulis nombor di kotak di tempat yang kosong ini mengikut sentences. So let's read the sentence. Number 1, I can stand on one leg. Saya boleh berdiri sebelah kaki. So when you see a smiling face doing the pose, so you put number 1. So it's the same with other numbers like number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and 6. And last but not least, page 96. We have to read the instruction first. Let's read together. Match the pictures with the sentences. Color the circles. Meaning that you need to read these sentences and color with the same color to the picture and this sentence. So we can see here there's an example. I can sing. So we need to look at these animals and which one can sing. So we see here that's a bird. That's the singing bird. So we have to color the same color here. So we use gray. Can you look? It's color gray. So we need to color the same color. And for other sentences, you have to use other colors. Okay? Clear? Is that clear? Inshallah, I hope you can understand the lesson and do the exercise properly. Happy answering.